Good morning, students. Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss question number 42. Let us see here question number 42. 2 years ago, a man's age was 3 times the square of his son's age. Okay. The question is asking about the 2 years ago, a man's age was 3 times the square of his son's age. 2 years ago. But in 3 years, not a question asking about after 3 years. In 3 years means in third years. In third year's times or in 3 year times, his age will be 4 times his son's age. His age will be 4 times his son's age in 3 years. Means, what is the meaning of this in 3 years? Let us see. Suppose this one the present years. Okay. This one the present years. And 2 years ago means this one first year, this one first year before, and again this one the second year before, and this one the present age, this one the before, and after, this one the first year after, this one the first year after, and again this one the second year after. This one the, from here there is a present years, and after in right side we take first year after and second year after. Okay, and in left side we take first year before and second year before. Let us see. We have to assume here not the present ages of the fathers and son, but we are going to assume that 2 years ago the son's age is X. We have to assume that 2 years ago, this one the present age, and 2 years ago we assume the son's age that is equal to X. So the man's age becomes how much? The man's age becomes 3 times the square of the son's age, means 3 times the square of the son's age. So let us see the solution of this question. We have to assume let 2 years ago, let 2 years ago son's age equal to X. We assume it. So the man's age 2 years ago, man's age becomes how much? The man's age becomes 3x square. We assume it. Again, according to questions, in 3 years time, what is the meaning of in 3 years? Means from present year the 3 years will becomes second year. In present year, from present year, let us say in 3 years time his age will be, the question asking about will be means in after, will be means after. So in 3 years means in second year. Let us see 3 years means this one from if the question is asking in 3 years means from present year it will becomes this one the 1 year, this one the 2 year, this one the 3 years. Means in 3 years time, means from here it will becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years after. From here it will becomes 5 years after. So in 3 years time, in 3 years times means 5 years after. In 3 year times means 5 years after. So 5 years after, from where 5 years after? From 2 years before. We will take 5 years after means from where we assume the son's age, that is at the second year. So in 3 years time means 5 years after from 2 years before or second year, from second year. Okay, from second year, that is before second year. Okay, from before 2 years. Okay, before 2 years. So 5 years after the son's age becomes how much? X plus 5. 5 years after son's age becomes x plus 5, and 5 years after man's age becomes how much? It will becomes 3x square plus 5, and the whole things will be taken from before 2 years. It will take from before 2 years. Okay, so according to question we can write, question tells in 3 years time, means from here it will be after 5 years, the age will be 4 times the son's age, means the 3x square, that is 3x square plus 5, it will be 4 times the son's age, 4 times the son's age, that is the son's age. So from here we have find a equation that we have to solve, that is 4x plus 20 and 3x square plus 5 minus 4x minus 20, that is equal to 0. 3x square minus 4x and minus 15 equal to 0, and as you factorize you get how much? 45, and 9 5 ja 45, 9 5 ja 45, minus 9 plus 5, minus 9 plus 5 you get minus 4x from here. So we are decided that we have to put a value 3x square minus 9x plus 5x, in place of minus 4x we put minus 9x plus 5x minus 15 equal to 0, and from here we take 3x as a common, x minus 3 will be remaining, and plus 5 you take common, then x minus 3 also be remaining, so we can take x minus 3 as a common, then 3x plus 5 will be remaining equal to 0, so we get x equal to 3 and x equal to minus 5 upon 3. So our value cannot be negative, because we assume the ages cannot be negative, so our answer is x equal to 3. Again, the question is not asking about the ages of son before 2 years, but the question is asking about the present age. So we can write here the present age of son, that is equal to this one, the age 2 years ago, so we have to add 2 becomes present years, so we are going to add x plus 2, and from here we have find 3 plus 2, that is 5 years, and the present age of man, that is equal to how much? The present age of man, this one the 2 years ago man's age, that is 3x square plus 5, okay, sorry, 3x square, the 2 years ago age, so we have to add 3x square plus 2 to become the present age, so it will becomes 3 into the value of x, that is 3 3 are 9 plus 2, that is 27 plus 2, and it will becomes 29 years. And I hope you are able to follow me. Thank you very much.